Tanja Fajon MEP. Today, MEPs have been speaking about the CIA renditions that took place between 2001 and 2006 in the EU. There was alleged human rights violations and torture during that time that took place, and apparently the MEPs want to bring these people to justice. How likely do you think that is?
First of all, it's a shame that almost 10 years in this institution we are really calling the European governments to make full investigations in what was happening, one of the worst, as you said, criminal or atrocities or violation of human rights on the European soil. How likely it is, it's a responsibility of the government. So far we didn't see not a single investigation being carried out. When we were as a LIBE delegation visiting Romania recently or Lithuania, we actually had very limited access to facilities that we had proof and that American Senate revealed in the report last year. So there are new evidences coming out, and as long as the governments of these suspect countries will not carry out a full investigation, it will be difficult to really, it's a moral responsibility as well. On the other hand, we know well that it was a secret program. It was something that in Washington no one can have an access to the report. It's very disgrace to see that only the Hollywood film industry got to the facts in Washington, and in fact no NGOs, no one can have the access to the documents. So knowing this fact, of course, it's very difficult to get to certain evidences and trials and procedures in European countries.
Which is more important to you? Actually getting the perpetrators, the people on the ground who perhaps carried out the torture and the human rights violations, or the people who gave the orders? Which is more important?
It's important that those who were cooperating are brought to justice. Those who were carrying out brutal tortures, we could read really about very bad methods that they were using. And of course, for those who were giving the orders, I would see the equal guilt here. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm very upset when I see my colleagues saying even that we know certain names, the facts that we have, that they don't want to discuss about it. So I very much regret that for 10 years we are the only institution that is still dealing with that, and I will not get tired of it. So we will continue our work, because if you look, Council of Europe gave up, the governments are not discussing, the political elites are changing, but this is something that is a very bad chapter in European history, and I hope that we will be able to resolve it, if we want to be an example to the outside world.
But they do say that all is fair in love and war. When the towers fell on September the 11th, 2001, the world changed, and it changed forever. Do you not think that perhaps with the amount of time that's gone past, that perhaps people will not care so much about bringing these people to justice?
We still have today quite some prisoners that don't have any indictments, that they are not part of any procedure. They simply don't know what is happening and they are not guilty. So this is something, you know, that we have to see what will happen. And I mean, we can pretend that we don't have a responsibility, but then it's a shame for Europe. When you have evidences, when there are clear reports that exist, it's something we cannot just close our eyes and see we are good, we defend human rights, we expect that from the others, but we just hide our acts.